I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another play review. This card has been out for a long time. It came out on the 8th of March. Which, long time. Why am I reviewing him now? Well, they released a Player Moments and Team of the Season so far Moments SBC, which is still available if you haven't completed it. I think, in my opinion, it's worth a gamble. Depends where you are in terms of your club. So, obviously, if you don't have an awful lot in your club, then maybe you do have to weigh up whether it's worth trying to go for it or not. Maybe there's only 2 or 3 positions, realistically, that you can improve on. From whatever you get. And of course the Party Bag SBC is either out by now or it'll be coming out tomorrow, so there's another SBC for you to sink your teeth into. There's an awful lot of content and things to do and grind in terms of what EA have done with this Summer Heat, which is absolutely fantastic. We got Sandro here on this account out of that SBC, and as I haven't reviewed him, and the fact that he costs 600,000 coins to complete, because of course it is an SBC that is still available. If you want to go and grind Sandro just as an SBC, you can do that, but he's going to cost you 600k. So even though this is a review for those who are maybe packed the Sandro from the Player Moments SBC, or maybe you will do and you're thinking about whether you should do that SBC or not, or whether you're mad enough to go and grind the actual SBC for 600k, this video is for you. 3-star, 3-star, left-footed, high attacking work rate, medium defensive, average body type, 5'11", which for me is the perfect height in this game. 5'10", 5'11" is what you want for nearly any player on the pitch, apart from maybe your centre-backs, which around 6 foot would be the way forward, because you very rarely have to head the ball. Although saying that, I have faced quite a few people over the last maybe, 4 or 5 days that get to the byline, and instead of drilling it across the goal, which is what the sort of meta is, I guess, my opponents have been lofting it, to the back post or trying to dink it into the area. I don't really know why that is, but my defenders have been obviously good enough in the air to cope with that. You'll see evidence of it as well. Sandro wins a header in one of these clips. He's not particularly good in the air, but he was good enough to win the ball, which was nice. He's got 88 acceleration, 93 sprint speed. His dribbling stats across the board are decent, but they're not particularly fantastic. There's only one 90 stat in there, 91 reactions. 84 agility, 83 balance, 88 ball control, 87 dribbling, and 89 composure. We've got some really nice defensive stats. I mean, they could be better, sure. With a chem style, for example, who just whacked a Guardian on him. Is that the best chem style to go for? I mean, yes and no. Turns him into a 96 rated left back. He's not meta necessarily, but he does fit the way this game plays quite well. I think he needs to be a little bit better in terms of his natural dribbling for me to actually say yes, he fits the meta. He's got, obviously, with a chem style, 99 for defensive awareness, stand tackle and slide tackle, and interceptions as well, so we can boost the defending up quite nice. His physical, are really good as well. That team we've got him in is that's a very good team, right? If you've seen the Botius review from earlier today, then you'll know a little bit about him, of course, but or a bit about the team, I should say. But obviously Sandro is going to come in there at the left back. 4-2-3-1 is how we play in game. I have my fullback on stay back while attacking, but also overlap as well. Same for the right back and the left back. So you will see evidence of him defending, but more often than not, what you're going to see is me trying to introduce him into the attack. This is obviously him defending. He's very robust. I wouldn't say, I don't know if I'd use the word strong necessarily. I mean, he is, but he's not as strong as a lot of other defenders out there are. So 86 strength with an average body type is good, but what I really like about him is his stamina. 99 stamina means he can run up and down the pitch all day long, but also that from defense to attack, and that we can end the review right there, because that will tell you everything you need to know about Sandro's Player Moments card. From defense to attack in 10 seconds? I'd love to get a timer on that, actually, see how quickly he managed to get up the pitch and see how from tackle to getting the assist, essentially, how quick we managed to do it, because it's not something that happens every now and again. It's not a fluke. It's not a random act. that happens a lot. Alexandro will win the ball back. Okay, there, my mistake, I gave it away again. But he wins the ball back, sends his man flying, plays it out, and we can go. But when we're on a counter-attack, and we've got Alexandro on that side, he's so quick. Even though he's only got 88 acceleration, he feels very, very fast. We can play a really nice ball to the outside there, get a ball across again, and were it not for the defender cutting that ball out, Botius would have had another goal to his name. And you'll see that an awful lot of the clips are very, very similar. And the reason for that is because it's just how I use my fullbacks. If you are, but then this is going to turn into more of a, this is what to do when using a 4-2-3-1 rather than Alexandro, but it just goes to show what he can do if I explain this to you. So what I tend to do in a 4-2-3-1 is I will hold possession. Now in terms of like rivals and reviews, I mean here of course I am holding possession, I'm waiting for Sandro. What I tend to do there is of course bring in the fullback, because what happens is your opponent will mark up the midfielders, the cams, the striker, and when it comes to then overlapping your fullbacks, there's a winning header example. There's just too many players for them to cover. They can't cover everyone. So if you bring your fullbacks into play, not all the time, but quite often, then it just gives them something extra to think about. You don't even have to use them. Using them as a decoy is something that works a lot as well. But bringing in the fullback just adds that extra player into the play where your opponent either has to come short to close him down, send the man on the run to cover the runner, or whatever it may be. But it's just an extra body again to have to defend. And that's how I'm quite successful going forward, and I do end up scoring a lot of goals. I'm either going to use them to my advantage, or I'm going to pretend to use them and then play the ball into the middle. Alexandro is very capable of playing in that sort of, I wouldn't say as a CDM, but you could actually use him as a CDM if you really wanted to. He's a 93 rated CDM with a Guardian. What I was going to say was, I'm a very patient player in terms of foot champs. I won't rush things. I will use my fullbacks, but in terms of rivals, it's accelerated slightly. So I love playing the ball around the outside in rivals, especially when you're playing against someone who doesn't track the run very often, because then you can get those type of goals very, very easily. And Alexandro's passing around the outside is very good. His vision isn't particularly great on paper, which is definitely a problem when you cut inside. If you cut inside, you do need someone with slightly better vision to be able to crack the back line in terms of a pass. But when it comes to playing the ball around the outside, you don't need vision. All you need is the short passing. His long passing isn't particularly good either, so that is evidence of a good pass. However, I wouldn't rely on it too often because his long passing isn't particularly good. But this is what he's really good at. My opponent there tracks the run, doesn't matter. Alexandro is fast enough to get round the back, can't quite put the ball across the face of goal, and we win a corner. Ball's thrown out to him here. We are approaching the end of these clips now, so we'll just stick with it and see what he does. So again, we're just playing around the outside. We play a little triangle and we get the ball to him. My opponent is not tracking the run of Alexandro once more. He's too quick. He gets to the byline, plays it across, and we should have scored there with the on-running Botius. But either way, we're going to stick with it because now we're in a situation where we've got a counter-attack against us, right? Now, I'm not even controlling Alexandro, but he's not busting a gut to get back. Now I take control of him. He gets in there. We got to make sure we stop that cut back to the byline. He wins it, and there's half-time. That first clip of all the clips and the last long clip is exactly what I like about this card. He's able to go forward from defense to attack, but then he's also available and capable to go from attack to defense. However, 600,000 coins for this left back is not gravy. I would not be willing to pay that. If you got him in the Player Moments SBC, or maybe you now gamble on that Player Moments SBC and you get him, you've got a really good card for an unbelievably good value. Alexandro is a great pull from that SBC, which I think is, what, an 84 rated team? That's about 70 to 90,000 coins, depending on what time of day you complete it, what SBC EA have released to bump up fodder. But either way, if you can get him for less than 100k, you're laughing. If you have to complete that SBC, you're getting a very good card, but for 600,000 coins, it's just a lot of money to spend. And I just don't think that's good value at all, especially when you consider that there's, for example, Andy Robertson is absolutely nowhere near that amount of money, right? And he's a 94 rated team of the season. I just put my controller down there to write something down and then only really realised the game had kicked off again when I had to defend. And I think we do... No, we didn't defend. We didn't need to because he missed the target. But he's a very good card. I wouldn't say he's the best left back in the game. Maybe not even top 5. but he is a very, very good, capable left back if you've managed to get him from that SBC. If you've done him already and he did cost you 600k, honestly, don't worry about it. Just enjoy him because he's good enough to play in Foot Champs. He's good enough to be in your team for pretty much the end of the game, especially with a Guardian Chem style 96 rated left back. I thoroughly enjoyed myself there. Let me know whether you're either planning on completing it or whether you already have done, or maybe you got lucky and got him in that Player Moments SBC. If you have enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.